Welcome back to another segment of Gamma Blitz. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and just show some love. And also, don't forget to tune in. We have a weekly podcast that's hosted by me and my co-host Mo. So today we about to react to Magic Johnson school Anthony Edwards for disrespecting old school legends. And if you know the backstory, you know Anthony Edwards was asked about the players in the 90s, and his immediate response was that players in the 90s didn't have, skills. The only player that possessed any type of skills or whatever was MJ, and some old school players didn't like that. So I guess Magic about to clarify or tell us something. So let's just see what they're talking about. Let's get into it. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. Let's get into it.
You made a comment about Anthony Edwards a while back, who had some things to say,
right, about the old school heads,
right? Yeah, about the old school heads. And again, you youngsters, y'all better understand.
They don't know.
Come on now, just chill out with that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. You go.
They don't know.
Come on now, just chill out with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're gonna run up on one of these old heads and get handled. I'm just saying, I'm old school.
I know he's making a joke, but I'm pretty quite sure Anthony Edwards probably put both of y'all, in his backpack and fold y'all. Y'all pretty old now, so my sucks. Well, let's go.
You're gonna run up on one of the old heads and get handled.
Yeah.
And I love the kid. I think he's talented as hell. But your comment back to him, I thought was perfect when he said something about the old head, and you said, you know what, I'll answer his questions when he wins some championships.
Right. He's the most exciting player to watch in the NBA. If you look at Anthony and you look at Ja, they're probably the two, and then of course Kyrie. Those are the three. Like,
I agree.
Put on a show. You be like, woo. What Anthony Edwards did last season,
man.
Phoenix, what he did to Phoenix,
what he did
to Denver.
Yeah,
man. I said, wow, this kid here, this young man, he's just gonna go like this.
He's got it.
And then this summer, ain't nobody athletic ever been in the league, and nobody could jump and all this. I'm like, whoa.
Yo, why is it me, or why Magic low-key face look like Martin Lawrence a little bit? Am I tripping? They be making certain faces. I'm tripping. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Don't attack all the old school guys when you haven't done your homework. First of all, there have been athletic guys. First of all, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Dr. J.
Yeah.
Kobe. Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
I can keep going.
Yeah, it's a
lot of guys.
Okay, yeah, but I don't think he was talking about Kobe. He probably was talking about before Kobe, all those guys before Kobe. But I get it, because Kobe came in '96, so yeah.
Thompson, even before all of them, could walk in the air, and so, bruh, you slow down. And so I had to just hit him, look, man, talk to me when you want something. Because you
show respect. That's all. Just show respect.
I don't want to ever go at nobody. Right. That's not who I am. Right. But if you're going to attack us like, the game was not high flying and as exciting and so on, then I got to come back. So, but I'm still a fan.
Yeah,
and I still watch him. Because I love his attitude. I love his smile. He got great commercials right now.
Yeah.
And so he's doing a great job. So I just want to remind everybody, it's still about one thing, and that's winning.
Yeah.
No matter what.
The state of the game right now, and you mentioned a little bit about the 40% decline in viewership.
Right.
Let me just chime in on that. Magic made a great point, and I feel like usually some old school players, not all, sometimes there's some type of resentment or towards the younger player, and sometimes they be hating. And Magic, though, to me, it's like I feel like he doesn't have any reason to hate. He won 5 championships. He has multiple MVPs, regular season MVP, final MVP. He done it all. One of probably the best passer that we have ever seen. This top 3 for sure. And plus he's super successful. He's rich. I believe he's a billionaire or close to a billionaire. So he doesn't really have anything to hate for real. But I think like his response was, needed, because if somebody attack your area, you respond in that way too. But I would say this though, it is about winning. Totally about winning. But Ant-Man, I feel like the way he said it, like, came off wrong. I think he said it in the wrong way. But it's some validity to what Ant-Man said though. There's the league right now got so many talent. You can talk about how rough the 80s and the 90s were. That's fair. I can give you that. If boxing and all the other stuff is considered hooping, is like, all right, cool, whatever. We're just talking about skill set and whatever and talent. We know that players today are more talented than players back then. So we can't even negate the fact. That's a fact. We never seen a KD in the 80s or the 90s. We never seen a LeBron in the 80s and the 90s. We can kind of say we've seen Kobe in this era, which he's a resemblance or carbon copy of Michael. Magic Johnson also was like a unique player. I think he's one of a phenomenal player. I think he's one of the players in the era that possessed a lot of skills. He can pass the ball. He can score. He does a lot. He's a floor general. So saying Mike was the only one, I don't agree with that, because Michael was talented. Magic was talented. Charles Barkley was talented. Penny Hardaway was talented. Hakeem Olajuwon was talented. Who else? I'm trying to just go down the line. Those are some of the people that I can just remember off the top of my head right now. But when you go in this era, you got Bron, you got KD, you got SGA, you got Ant-Man, you got Kyrie, you got Jokic, you got Jason Tatum. Who else? I can keep going and go. Like, you feel me? It's so many talent, bro. You got the Westbrook, the Derrick Rose. So the talent right now is there's better comp. Better talent than it was back then, but it was definitely competition back then. So I would just say that.
Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game.
Sorry, let me go back a little bit. Now they're talking about the viewership and why it's going down.
And viewership.
Right.
Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game. But then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of Lowe's management. Mm-hmm. It's hurting the game. And I was with Michael Jordan, not last summer before last. We ran into each other in Europe. And he says, Irvin, I don't know why these guys, because if you look at his record, he almost played every game like 5 or 6 times throughout his career. He didn't miss one game.
Yeah.
He played in every game. We wanted to play in every game.
Yeah.
Pat Riley or our trainer, Gary Beatty, had to make sure that they said, no. B, don't put on your uniform. Don't come sitting on that bench, because you would want to play, because you want to play for your guys and with your guys. Mm-hmm. He made me wear a T-shirt.
He wouldn't let him put his uniform on when he couldn't play in the game, because he know he would tear the damn jerseys off and go in the game. So he was like, no. You can put the sweats on, but you gonna have a shirt.
Yep.
No trunks and all that, because we don't want you ripping them off going in the game. Because that's what he would do.
Because if I thought we were gonna lose, shoot, I'm getting in there. And so it's a difference now. Yeah.
The load management definitely plays a part. Everybody want to come see. People want to see their favorite players play. I think there's some truth to that. Like, if I turn on a TV on, and I'm watching the Lakers, if Bron is not playing, I don't want to watch it. If Luka's not playing, I don't want to watch it. I'll watch it when Bronny playing, because it's kind of like there's a hype behind it. But if the stars are not playing, that's actually a good point. I never thought about that. If the stars not playing, I don't want to watch it for real. And is that why people are just not tuning in? They're going to look at the report saying LeBron is not playing tonight or such and such is not playing, so okay, forget it, we're not watching it. I think that plays a part. I think it's deeper than that, though. I think there's also, like, I was talking about, like, the culture and the essence of, like the NBA has gone missing. Like, there's no more rivalry. We could wait to see the Celtics play the Lakers, man. We can, like, I didn't live in Magic Johnson era, but for sure, when Kobe was playing with Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum and Lamar Odom, we couldn't wait to see them play against Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Rondo, and Ray Allen, because we know it's going to be a good competitive game. It's going to get chippy, and sometimes it's not just high scoring game, but it's just super tough and competitive games. And I think we missed that, like, I want to see that again. I want the rivalry to come back. I want people to come, like the stars to come out there and play hard and things like that. And also not taking the All-Star game seriously to also hurt the game. Like, the dunk contest is not the same way. I used to be excited to watch the dunk contest. Now it's just terrible. So I think all of that, I think it takes, it's going to need the teams, the players, the owners, the league, they all need to come together and sit down and think about a plan for the future of the NBA, because right now it's not looking good. And once Bron leave, the rating's gonna go down a lot. And I feel like partially the reason why the NBA is even doing decent, I feel like the LeBron and Bron is the story. It's actually keeping people in tune. It's keeping the haters in tune. It's keeping the people that want to criticize and make content in tune. Like, that right there is the topic of the NBA right now, LeBron and his son. Without that, what else? We had the big announcement when Luka got traded. Besides that, like, what else were we talking about? So if anything happened between, the most exciting thing this year about the NBA, besides the trade, has been LeBron and his son Bronny, the controversial topic or the controversy around those two names. And on top of that, it's been more action outside of basketball or off the court, LeBron and Stephen A. Smith. That's another thing. Those right there are keeping the ratings up. Like, people are tuning in for that. So hey, they just need to do a better job to figure out a solution for this. But right now it's not looking good. But just bring the rivalry back, bring the culture of basketball back. People need to compete. The superstars need to play.
Right, and fans see it, and fans are reacting to low management. They don't get to see their stars. One game I tuned into just a couple weeks ago. Both stars were out on both teams. That made the game ragged. See, so they have got to do something about this low management, and then they've got to do something with this All-Star weekend.
Oh man, we talked about that.
This is the first time in history. Now, I've been associated with this league 46 years or so. I didn't watch the entire weekend.
Wow.
I didn't watch, because if you're not going to give you don't have to give 100%, but you got to give 80. You got to give 75. Make it a game and make it competitive. And when guys stop doing that and participating, Michael Jordan was in the slam dunk contest. Yeah. Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Clyde Drexler.
Bird three-pointers.
Yes. Every guy participated. Kobe even participated. See, every guy participated, and so now it made everybody tune in, and then made players want to watch too, or come to the All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
And then when the last time Byron and I hooked up, I remember Jeffrey Osborne performed, and B was up there woo-wooing. Woo-woo.
In Seattle, yeah.
Because that was the first time 4 guys, all 4 of us, made the All-Star team. So it was just great to see people participate. Now, I don't want to be in the slam dunk. I don't want to be at the All-Star weekend. Guys talking about they don't want to be the face of the league. It's crazy now. And we've never seen that ever before in the history of the NBA.
Thank you for I'm gonna chime in on that real quick. He's always making great points, like the All-Star game, the slam dunk contest or whatever. But to also kind of piggyback, we have to understand, like, bro, things are not gonna remain the same. And again, like you got like when they enter the NBA, they played it in the NBA when it was like ascending, and they took it to another level. And at some point, the NBA is gonna just naturally shift into a different movement. But we just have to make sure the one thing that we can't change is the culture, meaning like the rivalry and the competitiveness. Like people need to go out there and compete and really do it for the fans and be inspired to play and win, right? Like people gotta care about that. I think that's the core base and the foundation of the NBA. The rivalry, the competitiveness, and winning. Those three things right there, those three attributes, right, are just need to be the same. But it's gonna change though. Like it's gonna change a little bit. So I would say that the NBA is going to a different direction, but they just got to make sure that they keep the core foundation, and that a 3-point, the people shooting a lot of threes. Obviously, some people don't need to shoot a lot of threes, but that all comes into like the whole style of basketball that they're playing now. We just have to make sure it's competitive. We just have to make sure they do it the right way. They have to make sure they do it the right way. You can't just come up and jack up 40 shots and you're not a good 3-point shooter. If I'm a coach, I'm putting you on a bench. Like you let other people, I let players do that. That are allowed to do it and they can do that on a consistent basis. You're not about to shoot a 3 because you think you're Steph. You're going on the bench. So yeah. So to this point, I get it. And also the face of the league. It's like everybody's not gonna want to be the face of the league, and everybody's not playing in the 90s or the 80s. Things are going to change. And MNC doesn't want to be the face of the league. It's cool. And plus, we didn't have social media. You have to factor in all these little attributes that's in the social media aspect of it, all these other podcasts or sport podcasts or TV personality, or, sport analysts or whatever. There's a lot of scrutiny going on that didn't happen in the 90s or the 80s to this level. So there's certain things that's happening. You can call it you can say it's feelings, they're emotional or whatever. But the same way you're talking about the culture and the time of the 80s and the 90s, how different it was and how you guys operated in this era. They're operating their own way too, so you can't really match. You can look at it as weak or whatever. They can also look at it like, oh yeah, I wasn't playing real basketball. So it's like we need to find a balance to have an understanding. But overall, I think that the competitiveness of the game has been diluted, and we need to pick that up for sure. That's one thing I agree with Magic with. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and keep supporting, man. Comment, like, and subscribe. Keep supporting. We out. Game on Blitz.